Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Can you please drop a quick thumbs up if you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, thank you so much. So, on behalf of Bradford International Alliance, I warmly welcome you to today's Elite Professional Leadership Skillshare webinar. Thank you so much for joining us. We are honored to have with us Dr. Syed Farhan Alvi, an accomplished academic, business professional, and learning and development expert with extensive international qualifications, certifications, and expertise in leadership, project management, risk, and quality management. Joining him is Ms. Maha, Director of Academics at Bradford International Alliance, who brings over 18 years of experience in higher education, student guidance, and driving innovation in education. We encourage you to stay with us until the end for our live Q&A session, where you can engage directly with our speakers. Without further ado, let's get started.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Syed Farhan Alvi. Welcome in this webinar from my side. Maha is here with us from Bradford International. Maha, would you like to say something?
Good afternoon, doctor. We can start the session.
Okay, great. Thank you. I see a lot of names here which might have attended few of the courses which were delivered by myself. I am seeing some names here and looks like that they know me, but let me give my own introduction. First of all, thank you very much for being here. And apart from what was said about me, that was, I would say, extravagant. And I would like to say that I'm a learning student till now and learning every day from what's going on around us. And that is being a researcher's, I would say, profile. So today, what are we going to discuss and why are we all here? That's important to know first. So I will start with the notion that you all are welcome here as future doctorates, future PhDs, and I hope that you make the commitment in order to start this journey. There will be bumps around this journey all along. It's not an easy path. But once you are committed and you have started it, then I'm pretty sure that BIA takes you all the way till the end, till you get your research completed, analyzed, and also, taking to the last finish line, which is publication. So from starting your research, trying to solve a problem, trying to contribute towards academia, they will be taking over you towards your last stage where you will get your doctorate, your thesis approved, your all the learning interventions behind it, and then going towards publication. So let me share my screen, and then we can have discussions on what the topics of today are. So just give me a second, and I hope that you are able to see the presentation now. Please just confirm. I will not be able to see you now, so better that somebody.
Yes, we can see.
Great. Thank you very much. So first of all, doctoral research. So I will jump a few slides and then come back, to the starting slides. I want to focus on what is PhD and what is the difference between an academic PhD and a doctorate in business administration, and how these two, are leading towards the same end but have a very different path. So those students which are with us today who have in the past done their bachelor's or master's, while they were doing this, they might know that there are ways in which after doing their master's program, they have an option either to enroll in an MPhil program or in a PhD program. If while you are at an academic institution and doing it in your young age, I would say with continuity of education without experience, then usually what happens is that you go towards academic PhD. An academic PhD actually creates new theoretical and theological knowledge, depending upon the area of research. It focuses on academic contribution, but with an audience of researchers, universities, scholars, and success is measured with the contribution to the existing literature which is available. So there are two options usually while you are doing your PhD. Maybe you are not experienced enough in order to apply your particular ways of working of your work in your DBA. But the PhD has a different way of doing things. So DBA professional doctorates are different. Just 1 second, please. I would like to just hold the audio here for a second. Just 1 minute, please. There is a background noise. I just want to make sure that the noise, is not there. 1 second, please. Okay, coming back here. Towards our discussion. So, what I was trying to say is that if you are an experienced guy, maybe left the university long back ago, and you want to continue your education now, you have recently taken a master's degree or an MBA degree, and you want to continue towards your professional PhD doctorate, what path you will be taking? You will be taking DBA. Why? Because DBA is a professional doctorate. It solves real world organizational problems. Whereas a PhD might be doing a research in engineering, in biotechnologies, and other things which might be more related to the scientific researches. What you are going to do will be focused on applied business and leadership research for executives, businesses, and governments. And success will be measured towards organizational improvement. So the key is what? The key is that what will be your data set, what you will be trying to solve in terms of your a research domain, in terms of what mechanisms you will apply for your primary research and your secondary research, and what difference you will make at the end by contributing towards existing academia. And the interesting thing is that once you have completed this journey even halfway, you will start seeing immediate value and immediate market value. For experienced professionals, a DBA often creates a very, very fast commercial return. The research becomes a very much consulting framework where you will be given, you will have a voice. You will be able to talk towards a strategic roadmap applied directly within your company or industry. I have gone through this path myself. I have not given my introduction yet in terms of my academic journey. So I did my bachelor's in computer systems engineering. Then I did a post graduation diploma in business administration. And then I started my career with IT, I would say baseline towards telecom industry. While I was doing that, I realized that something is missing there. And that led me after 20 years of my work domain to go towards master's program. I did my master's in business administration, then I did another master's in international research, and then did my PhD, and then published, already 3 publications in various journals. So you can have a similar path. For youngsters, I would say that if they have less than even 3 to 5 years of experience, they will be able to proceed with the DBA. But if they have a master's program, then that particular requirement also can be taken away because of their recent master's program leading towards any professional DBAs. So let me go back to the slide first, and then we will be able to see how things are working here. So what actually we are going to cover today is this major difference which we have talked about, and you can raise your questions during Q&A, and we can respond back with all the details then. So let's see that what is the challenge being faced by a modern executive today, and why a traditional path is not enough for them. The executive market has lots of MBA achieved and acquired talent in the market, and there need to be a truly a big difference which will evolve the global marketplace because of AI driven path. You might have known the news that last week what happened with Oracle. Oracle has almost laid off more than 20,000 people, and the reason behind is the AI driven infrastructure and transformation change which they are going through. So, what is happening? Leaders are shifting from executing a strategy to generating original thought leadership. Lot of bulk work which was done in the past by people are now handled by bots or AI driven bots. So where does Bradford International sits there? What they are trying to do is to bridge the gap between high level industry practices and rigorous academic research. Rigorous academic research, don't get carried away by this word. BIA will always be there towards helping working professionals claim their highest seat at the venues. Wherever your path is taking you, you will be able to complete that thing. uh, I'm pretty sure that you all have been introduced to AI. You know about how can you smartly work nowadays, either using ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Claude, Gemini, or Copilot, etc. Whatever a bot you like. What has it changed when it comes to research and especially academic research? Earlier, an academic researcher, a person who is trying to seek knowledge and trying to find the problem solving research answers, was having a different way of working. They had to go to journals and publication websites. One of them, famous one, which is almost, I would say, free to use, but there is a possibility that if you download a particular research, you might, need to pay for it. Is Google Scholar, and I will show you Google Scholar website when we will be talking about research topics. So what used to happen is that a person will go beyond the title. They will do their primary research. They will do their secondary research. They will try to find as much of published literature on the same topic done by previous PhD holders. And they will reference their work, and that was the heavy lifting required during your thesis preparation. That has slightly changed now because there are tools available now which can fasten your path by taking you and giving you bits and pieces of literature reviews within seconds. The work which was done in days can be done now in seconds. But is it allowed to be used in the academia or not? Yes, it is allowed, but in a controlled view. Even if you are using these tools, you need to be intelligent in order to use them, maybe for your referencing purposes, but not as your primary and secondary research data. Research of a business professional for a DBA. DBA stands for what? Doctorate in Business Administration. Business administration heavily depends upon data. If you have acquired the data with the right kind of ethics, you will be able to solve your hypothesis. Whether your hypothesis is null hypothesis or positive hypothesis, you will be able to satisfy your hypothesis based upon your research question. If you find the answers, then you will have to debate that how it fits in the realm of your research solution or your problem solving. This part AI cannot do for you. AI can, yes, write tons and tons of pages for you where literature review can come into play. But remember that as an academic person, you will always be hit by plagiarism. If you are not familiar with this terminology, plagiarism will actually kill your thesis if you have used any referencing, anything above the threshold required by the university. That threshold might be as low as 5%, maybe as high as 15 or 20%. So that is the amount of support which you will be able to get from these tools. Now, what and how your DBA impacts and influences the industry with, as I told you, data. Research that addresses real industry pain points, economic challenges, workplace issues, technology adoption, or something new which is creating disruption in the market qualifies as the research topic on which you will be basing your research on. So it is now more evident than ever that we need to support the knowledge driven economy as students of, I would say, problem solving. Governments, organizations are investing billions and billions in order to solve issues which might be solved no longer through access of information. So the limitations of AI is beyond innovation. So the newer versions of, let's say, Chat GPT or the LLMs we are talking about are trying to solve this puzzle and going there. When we will reach there, nobody knows. When AI becomes innovative, maybe a couple of years, maybe more than that. But we are looking into the future from now's lens. So whether we are talking about artificial intelligence, whether we are talking about how AI can race to embed, decision making operations and public services can also be your research topic, applying, for example, AI in a particular industry. You know that what is happening nowadays, digital banking, there are no more banks, to step in and go there. And this era has changed the way the financial industry, was working. More than ever now, you are doing digital banking. Your visits to the bank has reduced more than ever, and there are banks which are branch free. So what has happened there? Automation has happened there, and because of strong security measures, the way the traditional banking was done has changed. Similar things apply to people, which are human capital. So what your research study, your research problem solving can be around how people will cope with the changes happening because of chatbots, because of AI influence, and how the organizational behavior impacts national priorities or localization priorities. Now, sustainability, whether we talk of environment, we talk about sustainability frameworks, we talk about green transformation or reshaping business models. These are government agendas. And if you are in an organization or in a place where this becomes important, one of your research topics can also evolve around that. So I've covered financial innovation, I've covered, artificial intelligence, human capital, and sustainability. I will pause for a moment here. I'm stop sharing, and I would like to ask a question, to people around me here, and I would like to know your view about how and what problem related to the industry you are looking at. You can raise your hand and you can introduce yourself and can, give an answer to this. Then we will continue on our discussion. Yes, please. I see a lot of students here, 40 plus, students here. I would like somebody to come forward, introduce themselves. Yes. Anyone here, please? Who would like to say that what problem are they facing? And then we can discuss that. Yes, please. Aya, please go ahead. Aya, you are on mute, please.
Sorry, I'm
Thank
audible
you.
now?
Yeah,
It's
you are audible.
okay.
Thank you.
So my name is Ayatullah Shokri, or you can call it Aya,
Hmm.
and I'm working actually as business analyst. And before I was having also some like experience in project management. As of now, like my role will be just disappear like
Hmm.
so soon, honestly
Hmm.
speaking, because what I'm doing right now, the AI doing regarding the risk analysis, regard any assessment, regard even the project management and doing the boards and everything. So I believe that my role will be gone. So I feel like the artificial intelligence will be just like I'm not saying that it will be taking my role or other roles, but maybe it will be opening the industry for new roles. For example, QA. I'm looking forward to change my career and to be like AI QA because I was like searching recently about like what will be the future roles. So now, whenever I get any research, for example, or anything from the AI, it will not be accurate 100%, and maybe it will need like someone to oversee on this.
You are
And right
talking
now,
about quality assurance on the AI
quality.
platforms, correct?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
exactly.
understand that. I understand that. Yeah. See, let me go back to where we were. We are talking about research question and research
Yes,
topics, that how
yes.
it can lead you towards the journey of
Mhm.
doing your PhD. So PhD is a way forward, or doctorate is a way forward in order to apply what you are thinking correctly. So for
Yes.
example, if you choose a path where you want to do a research towards quality assurance principles applied, to the AI models, and
Yes.
then apply this whole set to a situation of the industry. So
Mhm.
this actually, you are on the tip of the iceberg from where you are now setting up, a platform where you will be able to do a research and see that till now what work has been done on the quality assurance platform for AI. And once you have that literature knowledge, then you will be able to see that how you will be able to apply it in your domain. And your domain is a business analyst. Your domain can be project management. Your domain can be areas, related to, as you said, risk analysis, and maybe business intelligence, and so on and so forth. Maybe
Mhm.
KPIs, maybe portals, maybe, Power BI dashboards, and so on. So how will this influence, those things? So what a PhD helps you with is that you will be up to speed in your knowledge with these kind of approaches, because the foundation a DBA lays is based upon what is happening in the industry and what has happened in the
Mhm.
past. So
Yeah.
one thing which I will tell to everyone is that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Maybe somebody did a very good work, and then left it at some point because their research question was solved. But now,
Mhm.
because of AI, the whole
Mhm.
situation has changed. And that change actually is the delta which you are looking towards. And
Mhm.
how you will contribute to this delta by your own research, continuing that work and taking it forward.
Mhm. Mhm.
Lots and lots of research are done by humans, and DBA program gives you that advantage, that you can take a previous research which was not having any, let's say, variables related to AI. Now you can
Mhm.
add those variables of quality assurance, in terms of how the AI is contributing or needs, a check and balance. And from there on, you can apply the same research, but with this notion. So it was very good talking to you, Ayatullah Aya, and thank you very much, for your contribution. I will take one more person, and then we will go back, because we need to give time to Q&A. We need to cover, certain more areas. So one more person, please come forward, introduce yourself, and tell that how you think the industry is, impacting or changing or shifting, and then we will be able to talk about your problem. Anybody else, please? Quickly, please. We don't want to waste time. We have a lot of gentlemen here. Maybe you have attended. Yes.
Hi, Dr. Farhan. This is Arif.
Yes,
And
Arif,
hello,
how are you?
everyone. All is well. Just a quick one. So, what Aya mentioned, on top of it, the geopolitical situations, the crisis, the competition, and
Hmm.
the transformation of the technology. So, a
Hmm.
lot of startups these days, they come up, they slash the pricing, for a short run win, which is giving, a very tough time to the industries, to the customers, and so on. So on my list, the competition and how to tackle, the competition, the pricing, the geopolitical crisis is something on my list.
Okay. See, I will always thank you very much, first of all, Arif, for putting this forward. Now, the only problem I see whenever, because I have also been given an opportunity in the past to be the mentor also and guide also for lots of research students, and I have been, their research professor or their research guide person. And what I see is that students do one mistake. They are trying to make a big difference and they start huge and big. Whereas what they need to do is, I would say, strip down to a very specific way of looking at things, which are if you have already done, and then you are pinpointing towards a particular challenge the industry is facing with geopolitical things. Now, always remember that there will be some variables you will be able to control, and you have the data on it, and there will be some variables which you cannot control. I would always say that focus on those areas where you can get your data ethically. If you cannot acquire data ethically, you will not be able to do your research. And the question when you will be facing your thesis presentation will be that how you acquired the data. Is it ethical or not? Do you have all the permissions in order to use that data? And to be very honest with you guys, it's very easy to get data when you are working in North America or you are working in Europe or you are working in UK. But in the Middle East, it's not easy. The publications are not freely available to acquire the data ethically, and without data you will never be able to do your research analysis. So focus on these elements while you start and you portray your journey back. I will share the slides again, and then we will continue the discussions and the Q&A also. uh, Let me share my screen again. I'm going back to the presentation. Just please confirm that you can see the slides. Yeah. Anybody can confirm, please? You can see the slides?
Visible, Doctor.
Okay. So now, Arif raised an interesting point here, and the slide also touches the same thing: how to align research with global priorities. So if you see a matrix here, what you see here in the four quadrants, you have high market relevance, you have low market relevance, you have high strategic alignment and low strategic alignment. What the organizations are focusing on, they are focusing on high market relevance and high strategic alignment, which is, the market needs actually. So if you are focused on any of these quadrants in order to set up how you will be able to do your work and contribute towards either any national priority or any industrial challenges or any personal expertise, all these areas need to go either with a high strategic alignment or high market relevance. If you will choose your research topics, which will be contributing in a way towards a national priority, for example, maybe the national priority of nowadays is, let's say, a global supply chain, and a global supply chain uninterrupted by the geopolitical situations which are happening and how that will work, or any workplace issue which might be related to, let's say, toxic employees, related to, again, the same concept of organizational behavior where you can control the way the toxicity expands in the organization. If that is the priority, and that can also be a particular industry, that can also be maybe in government jobs only, or maybe at certain levels of industry challenges, or we are talking about a real industry problem which keeps the leaders awake at night, might be, as we said, that global supply chain, or maybe how they will be able to cope up with the increasing of the prices because of inflation and passing those pricing towards the normal consumer. So how that model, can be reanalyzed and reevaluated. And then comes your personal expertise also, that how you are going to solve those problems. So I've already touched on what is the difference between an academic PhD versus a doctorate in business administration and a professional doctorate. DBA and professional doctorate come in the same category because it is based upon a real organizational problem coming from the business industry. So it's not, I would say, that a problem or a research which is related to academic funding in the university in order to explore or innovate, atomic cells or some biotechnology or biotech or something, or a chemical analysis in a way that it innovates and supports any pharmaceutical industry or so on and so forth. So all those scientific things don't come under professional doctorate or DBA. DBA entails only to businesses and, let's say, organizational improvement in order to give value towards the endpoint. So where it takes us nowadays. So the question, the $1 million question nowadays is that how we will be able to address the problems where senior decision makers are actively trying to solve and delivering value through an increased profitability, better policy making, better workforce productivity, and also considering all kinds of organizational transformation happening around us. There are four areas given here, and it's four is just a number for you here, which entails that there is a lot of work going on in these four areas, and they are also huge domains. Within them there are areas which can be their subdomains. For example, Islamic finance innovation, how the global Islamic finance market is exceeding $4 trillion. And then its individual contributors can be how Islamic banking can support the fintech ecosystems, how it can take digital banking towards a new scale of transformation, how we can integrate the sustainability issues I would say, business banking and business credibility and giving away loans and other things, and that infrastructure into Islamic finance. Lots of research already is going on, but this area has much, much, much more potential. When you go towards workforce localization and talent development, there is a big shift there. If you would look into the latest workforce report, which is available from World Bank and from other sources, you will see that workforce localization is the focus nowadays, and localization strategies are shifting. And again, this is because of the political, geopolitical status, which has created a notion of self-dependency. So talent retention, how fresh graduates and fresh intakes employability can be pushed further, how the future workforce readiness can happen, how Gen Z is behaving towards the new working, I would say, ethics in terms of job value, what they prefer and what they not prefer in order to change the way they work. For example, work from home situations, which actually COVID give us, an eye opener on that this is also a way the work can be done. This is the way the education can move forward, and then how you will be able to justify it and support it from the view of localization and talent development. Third area, which is very, very, I would say that hot these days, is yes, AI adoption. So not only AI, but its adoption. And then how the AI adoption can make a bigger and larger impact on business transformation to achieve real return on investment. Research gives you the basis, and research gives you, I would say, the evidence that how adopting certain AI predictors and models and forecasting tools, you will be able to break the barriers and give executive readiness, give data driven decision making towards your digital transformation readiness. So there are big gaps in organizations and in some of the industries where the whole model is changing. Last one is about leadership and sustainability. Always, this has been a hot topic, how leadership and multi generational leadership is going to support the new trends of working models of today, which is hybrid workforces. Combine also with how we will be able to have sustainable business models. If the focus is towards generating revenue, how we will be able to satisfy the investors where their keen interest is towards immediate organizational and societal impact, which can be your green transformation. What is the contribution of your organization towards the carbon footprint and so on? And that is also taking, a direction in which leadership and sustainability models are crucial these days. These are some examples only. You have the world in front of you when it comes to your research areas and what you will be doing. Once you are enrolled in a program, your program guiding person or your mentor or your professor who is going to lead you till your research is completed and going to approve your research for the final thesis presentation will actually work with you in order to see that how your experience, how your background, how your previous educational knowledge acquired can help and support you in trying to finalize your particular research area. And what it leads to an equation where your research can lead towards a book publication. Your research, first of all, goes into publication journals. Once it's published there, your visibility becomes more. And visibility is very important nowadays in the world of social media. Your LinkedIn login is so important for you. Why? Because you need to be relevant in what you are doing. And having a doctorate with you in terms of your credentials gives you a visible authority, which actually attracts opportunity in ways that a qualification alone will never do it. Because now people know that you are coming from a particular, I would say, space where you will be able to do research and you will be able to prove that research through mathematical models. And all the research analysis are based upon statistical and research models. So from thesis to market, this is the biggest authority equation which will change in your status as a student. And I would say that this is the biggest advantage of taking this path, forward. So from research to market influence. Your publications will go as a thought leader in journal publications, as white papers and industry reports and conference presentations also. People who start with journal publications end up, becoming subject matter experts at conference presentations. You will have commercial opportunities when you will be posting something on LinkedIn as an article. It will be coming from a PhD doctorate person with proof of what they are saying. And then executive workshops. This is another domain where you can also lead workshops. You can become consulting professionals, and you can also run corporate training programs, or at least, give your 2 cents in a corporate training program within your own organizations. So what happens is that one piece of research opens up multiple opportunities for you. Let me introduce you also now to, I would say, a free platform, which is popular for your, I would say, journal publications, and very simple to use, very much important these days. I'm sure you can see my screen. So I'm introducing you to Google Scholar. This is a journal publication research, I would say a scholastic website from Google. You will see that starts with scholar.google. I'm sitting here in Toronto, Canada, so it's giving me .ca domain. For you, the domain might be different, but you can just search, Google Scholar, and then you will be able to see tons and tons of case laws or articles or publications. So let's see the thing which was given by Aya. We will be looking into artificial intelligence, quality assurance in artificial intelligence, quality assurance in, sorry, assurance in artificial intelligence. Let's see what comes up. I also don't know. Okay, so the topic we are looking into is quality assurance related to artificial intelligence. And we see that there are now, from when we want to see the publications since, long time, like 2025 and things. And we see that, yes, we found a research encyclopedia of computer graphics and games in 2024. They have done something on the quality assurance of artificial intelligence in the gaming industry. Now, if it does not, relate to us, we can see, a larger picture with all the results. So these are past researches which are done on this topic. See, a study of industrial concerns, challenges, and best practices. This is again related to quality assurance for artificial intelligence. This research actually was done by C. Wong, and what it entails. Now, if we go here, it might be a free publication. It might not be a free publication. Yes, it's a free one. You can see the whole research. You can see, it's a research topics, and then, you will be able to download the topics and see that what was done here. This was just a quick, very quick example in order to show you that how you can be seen and can be visible on the platforms which are nowadays used also by AI. When you will ask any AI bot in order to support you and do your, let's say, literature review, it needs to go to journal publications. It needs to go to white papers, industry reports, or other type of data which will be available through various agents which these bots will be using. And then they will come here also on Google Scholar and all other journal publications, and then will gather information for you in order to see the relevance. And then you will have tons of information in order to review and see. So what is important for you? Once you start your journey, you need to choose the right research topic which hits your experience and hits an industry which you care for, and where the decision makers, are looking actually for more answers. How from now till 5 years it will matter for you. See, the DBA journey is long. I would not say it's 5 years long. If you are going, with full concentration and commitment, it can take anywhere from 1 year to 2 years or 3 years. It depends, but shortest might be a year. And you need to see that your research topic is relevant for at least the coming few years. 5 years maybe, yes, but coming few years, because the world is changing at a more faster rate. And what you are trying to hit is actually a real measurable problem where you can have some, I would say, variables to play with. So those can be your variables where you will be able to acquire your data. And then at the end, the topic which you have chosen leads to you where, how it creates, value. Now, what you need to avoid is also very, very important. You need to avoid overly broad research questions. I told you before, like Arif nailed it, that he has focused on one particular aspect, how Aya has taken one particular aspect, which is quality assurance in AI. Similarly, you need to not have a very broad question, but very specific question. And as I told you, you can take even an old research and then start working on with the latest changes happened. Maybe some some research was done, let's say in US, and you want to see that how that research, if brought to the Middle East or brought, to the South Asian, let's say, space, what variables changed and how things work, in a different way because of a culture impact or because of geopolitical presence and situation, which is changing all around us. How the don't go with outdated industry issues. You need to be relevant with your data. So strong research balances passion with relevance. So passion in order to get something out of your research, and then the relevance of it. Always remember that doctorate will be a strategic investment. The time consumed in order to do your research is actually the investment you are making. A doctorate should deliver more than a qualification. Why? Because you are making a big contribution to the academia. Your name will always be seen as a researcher, a guy who has contributed in the world of knowledge, in the world of influence, in the world of, again, credible authority in terms of executive audiences giving you respect with your doctorate. And then, of course, there is a commercial and recognition and revenue opportunity is always there. I will stop here and I will ask Maha to look into this, that how BIA academic excellence, supports you, and then we can go towards the Q&A. Let me stop sharing, and then Maha can talk, and anybody else, from there can continue. So I'm stop sharing now.
Thank you, Doctor. Very informative and insightful session. I'll start sharing this. I hope it's visible, my screen. Yeah. Thank you, students, for joining us. Yeah. So when it comes to the BIA academic excellence, we have around, we can say we have around 5 pillars as an academic excellence, where we are more focused into practical version of our doctorate degree programs rather than, theoretical. So the practical impact is towards through the live and interactive sessions by our PhD professors, like one of the professor we have, Dr. Farhan Alvi, and they are focused more into the practical version of the DBA or any of the doctoral dissertation programs. So when it comes to the supervisory session, we are making sure based on the topic, based on the industry relevant supervisor is assigned to the particular student, wherein they are going to support the student to develop the research till they are successfully participating in their defense. And apart from this, we are also conducting very high impact webinars on many other topics, not only the doctorate degree programs and any other topics which are industry driven topics and which are useful for all our students with the various industry backgrounds. These kind of webinars will support the students to have much more higher knowledge with the practical experiences. And we also conduct elite Skillshare professional events. A lot of our students are currently attending, which happens every quarterly in Dubai Knowledge Village. That's mostly like a physical lectures, physical workshops, and I can also say a kind of a seminar. Where
Farhan,
students,
sorry to interrupt you. Your voice is not clear, please. Your voice is not clear.
Okay. One moment.
Maha, I think so. There is
Am I
echo
audible
going on.
now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is an echo going on. Maybe somebody else in the room has the mic open. Can you close that?
Yeah, sure. Am I audible now?
Yes, no, perfect. Thank you.
Perfect
Thank
now.
you.
Perfect now.
So,
Yeah.
thank you. So the elite Skillshare professionals is more like an networking sessions, mostly for the existing student and even for our, the alumni students of Bradford, wherein they come in, they, have the networking impact over there. And they also attend the workshops, which is a kind of a seminar and a workshop, more practical version. So we do conduct these workshops on various topics, including the psychology topics as well, which is much more industry driven, and it is actually important. And the next Skillshare is coming up on 5th of July, and it is about the life lesson. And it is the trainer and the presenter is Dr. Edward, who is handling European International University. He's a founder over there. So I invite all the students to come and attend this lecture, the seminar, where it is mostly on the current situation, the geopolitical situation as well, how we can actually overcome this particular situation and move ahead.
I'm so sorry, Miss Maha. Again, your voice
Yeah.
is coming with the echo. So please, I think maybe some mic is open like that.
Not really. Actually. One
Not
second.
really. We can hear. Maybe there is some issue at your side, Mr. Usman.
No, actually, the echoes is still there.
Right now as well.
No, it's not there.
No,
It's
no,
fine.
it's there. It's there.
No, it's not there.
It's not there.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
We can get
You
the
are
Yeah.
audible.
file to
Maha,
Dr.
Maha
Usman.
much better now, because
Okay.
I don't know, maybe the room is where you are sitting, is creating sometime that echo, but it's much better now. So kindly, if you can repeat the last few things which you said about the learning sessions or some things which are coming up, it will be better. Thank you,
Yeah.
Maha.
It's on 5th. Yeah, thank you so much, Doctor. So the next Skillshare event is on 5th of July. That's happening at Dubai Knowledge Village. It's a networking session. A lot of our students are already attending these sessions. We have 100 plus students gathered over there, the alumni and the existing students, the current students of various industry experts and various industry knowledgeable students who is working, and everybody are working professionals. And it's like the students are from the background of bachelor's, master's, and the doctorate degree programs. And it's a beautiful workshop conducted by Dr. Edward. And that's going to be really insightful. And it is very helpful for us because that particular session is on the current geopolitical situation, what we went through, and how we are going to take it ahead. So that's one thing. And the next, the strategic academic pathways and specializations, we have 100 plus specializations when it comes to the doctorate degrees. We are not focusing only on the philosophy side, that's the PhD. We are also into the DBA as what Dr. Farhan just explained us. And we are also having a practitioner's doctorate degrees apart from this, like we can get into the computer science, information technology, cyber security, artificial intelligence, etc. So we have many more specializations apart from what exactly is presented on the screen. And the most important thing, how Bradford is different from other institutions or the same similar institutions I can talk about. The difference is we are ACBSP affiliated. We are the first pioneer institution to earn ACBSP affiliation. It is only through our rigorous, academic, the background. And we have earned this ACBSP affiliation only because of our academics. So we are also into research. We have our own journals where students can also start publishing their, the papers and the research. Very soon it's going to be live, and it is, very soon the students can also have the access to that. And yeah. Okay. When it comes to the PhD programs, the DBA and the doctorate programs, and why we are different is we also have the RPL process, that is the recognition of prior learning, validating acquired experience. And most of the universities and most of the different countries, this RPL is quite common. But how you're going to implement it, in what way you're going to implement it, how the student is going to earn the RPL credits, because they can convert their academic journey and professional journey into their academic qualification with the doctorate degrees. Since we have two phases in this, the Masters of Applied Business Research and the dissertation period, since we have two phases, the first phase is always where the student get an opportunity to be converted with their academic and the professional credits. And this is possible only with an ACBSP affiliated institution. Since ACBSP is affiliated with Bradford, we are able to get this opportunity to our students, the RPL process. Yeah. So I think all the students are connected with all our educational consultants and with me as well in person. And once you're completing your master's, or a student is already holding a bachelor's degree, but with a expertise, very heavy expertise, or having a vast experience in their current industry, are also welcome to apply for their doctorate degrees for the future. Because as we all know, having a DR title is a very prestigious. And not only the professors, we do have industry experts currently, pursuing their doctorate degree programs with us. And honestly speaking, when it comes to the students' background, we do have students working in other universities, being into the vice president positions, and then the director positions are also connected with Bradford, and currently they're pursuing their doctorate degrees with different universities with us. So when it comes to the student background, including the director of the banks and the Emiratis and different Arabs and different nationalities from every background, we have the students and successfully are able to, complete their doctorate degree programs with us. So you're most welcome to contact us and then we can take it ahead.
Maha, one question I have in my mind, which is relevant to what you are saying. Is there any strong prerequisites, that number of experiences, years, or something else which is must to go ahead for them? Can you shed some light on it?
Yes, definitely, because when it comes to the doctorate degree programs, as we all know, the experience is really must. And with their, for example, if somebody is coming to us with an engineering background, but still, let's say their bachelor's degree or the master's degree in engineering, but still they are into something related to the management, and they wanted to go ahead with the position of the CEO or the chairman, the higher positions in the C-suite professional positions. So their academic background is also taken into consideration, but more than that, their work experience, that will be taken into consideration. But I don't just say the 5 years relevant experience into managerial work experience is sufficient. No, it is not sufficient. It has to be a minimum 10 years of work experience student when they really wanted to earn this doctorate degree. And as you know, the research plays a very vital role in the doctorate degrees. They should be able to actually understand what is a doctorate degree. So, when they write the research and they start collecting the data, as we all know, it has to be factual, and they should be able to, try to fetch this data as well. Ethical data, as you already mentioned. So definitely they need to have a minimum work experience if they really want to get into this work experience. But some students who are less than 10 years of work experience, who's got 5 years of managerial work experience, nonetheless, maybe the background is really strong. So based on the profile, we are going to create a portfolio. So the portfolio is developed based on their academic and the professional journey, because they will be certified in most other certification programs like PMI, CMI, different accounting background or any other project management background or supply chain logistics or healthcare. Even though if it is a doctor also, they love to go ahead with the DBA programs because they wanted to be into the senior level director, just not medical sciences. They also would like to participate in the management level to be a director at an hospital. So they do. So we collect all this information and with the evidences, so we are going to create the portfolio. So once a student is submitting their documentation, we make sure we go thoroughly to the documentation and also suggest them what kind of a background, what kind of program is suitable for their profile, including the topics. We also support them with the topics where they can select the topics as per the industry and the requirement.
Thank you, Maha, for the detailed response. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Doctor. Yeah. So we can go with the Q&A. I think we're almost done. Anyone has any questions, they can feel free to ask. Any questions, students?
Yes, just a quick one, Maha. Regarding the doctorate programs, do you guys have industry-related doctorate programs as well, like finance, insurance, and other modules available?
Yes. Yes, we do have. That's all based on your research. For example, if you're going for a DBA, so definitely you're going to choose your specialization and a topic. The title and the topic is different. So when you're choosing your specialization, something into finance, obviously your topic is related to the financial management. It depends on you and your background. So whenever you submit your portfolio, based on that, we are going to definitely suggest. But you have something in your mind, you can actually discuss with us where you're going to support you to pursue in the same field of your interest.
And what
Absolutely.
is the duration of the program?
The program duration varies because technically the doctor degree programs you can complete within 2 to 3 years when it comes to the DBA, unlike PhD. PhD obviously it's going to take some time. But as I told you, if you've got the relevant work experience, which is suiting the requirement of RPL recognition of prior learning, that's a validating acquired experience. So definitely you can complete the program. You can we can credit the phase one, that is Masters of Applied Business Research. The phase one can be credited towards your from your work experience and the academic journey. So the professional and academic journey will be taken into consideration. The phase one will be technically, I can say it's going to be waived off because the credits will be transferred from your these two journeys. Then you have to only pursue the second phase, that is a doctoral dissertation period, which over the period of time, like 12 to 15 months, you can successfully complete the program.
Okay, thank you.
But if you're really eligible for this particular program, then yes. If you're not eligible, technically 2.5 to 3 years. It depends on you how much time you can cater for the research. Because supervisor is always there. As you guys know, as you all are currently attending also our doctorate degree lectures, because we are conducting once or twice in a month, which is going to be 3 hours to 6 hours. All of you are currently attending as well. So, but the supervisory sessions will be mostly one-to-one session.
All right, clear. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank
So,
you.
Maha, one question from my side, because this is a question which is asked by many of my students also. I have been supervising PhD students, since last around 8 years. The question they usually have is, am I allowed to get my own research supervisor or not? Or will it have to be from BIA, or I can bring somebody who is an existing PhD holder, and then BIA can authenticate, them as a research supervisor. Is something like this possible?
Yes, it is possible, but definitely we need to, before we authenticate, the permission should be from the respective university. Because as a BIA, as I already mentioned, since we are an ACBSP affiliated institution, we always collaborate with the universities as an academic partners. So we are much more different than other institutions because the collaboration is only academic partnership. That means we have the entire control and authorization to deliver academically for all our programs starting from bachelor's until PhDs. So we also need to seek the permission of the respective university because the authorization is only for the BIA supervisors and the BIA professors. So if the university is giving an good to go, yes, they can have their own supervisor. Absolutely, yes. And some of the students are also currently working as a professor in many of the university. They themselves can develop the research. So they are in that category and that position. They're doing that. A lot of our students, they themselves develop the research with the limited supervisory sessions. No doubt about it, because every university has its own guidelines to develop the research. So obviously they will contact the supervisor and develop it on there. Miss Ara has a question. Yes, Miss Ara.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
How everyone?
You can hear
I have
me?
one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So I'm speaking mainly about the equivalence. So right now, for some nationality, I need to make equivalence for my degree to be able to work in UAE. So if I'll be getting something abroad, for example, or the university is outside of UAE, let's say that I choose MSU, for example. So I'll be able later on to get the equivalence?
See,
Or-
every university has its own limitations, to be honest with you. And when it comes to the equivalency, no one can give you that 100% assurance that yes, you will get an equivalency if you're pursuing your particular degree from this particular university. I'll tell you why. Because MOE equivalency is in the hands of the authorities who are sitting in the MOE. So even you apply to any channel, the equivalency cannot be assured. But yes, the assurance is only through the MOE and CA accredited universities, which is already existing inside the UAE. Doesn't mean that all the existing physical campus universities comes under this particular accreditation and MOE acceptance. So there are few private universities as well in the UAE, still they don't have an MOE equivalency. But when you talk about the foreign qualifications, foreign universities, yes, if it is accredited and approved by their country's higher education, and there is a travel period, which is actually important for few universities. I'm not telling all the universities. There are certain universities, yes, you need to travel there, take up your student visas, live in that particular country for certain time, certain period of time, then MOE equivalency, the chances are very high. But honestly, due to the current flexibility from the MOE, the universities which are highly accredited, listed with WHED, that is WEED, which is owned by the UNESCO, World Higher Education Database. And this particular university is based on the strong accreditations and the approval from their country's higher education are flexible enough to earn the MOE equivalency. But we are pretty much not sure how far this is going to continue by the MOE. So that assurance, no one can give you unless and until it is not completely approved by MOE.
Thank you so much.
I would like to add just one small point, Aya, here on what Maha's professional, answer is. Uh, MOE matters to government organizations. When you
Yes.
are working with private industry, we are working with private owners, family businesses owners, anyone who is running a business outside the entity of a government setup, this equivalency does not matter. This
But
is
for me,
something
I'm
to,
working in semi-government. I'm working
yeah.
in Amar.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying, that for some of the people, yes, it may, have a high impact. For some of them, it may have a low impact. This is one thing. Second is that Maha, just one minute I will take here, because I remember that lots of my students ask the same question, that how can I create a market value by doing this particular DBA or a PhD program for immigration purposes?
Yeah.
This is a very common question, people ask me. And Maha, maybe you would like to shed, something on it, that how your some of the partnerships with academic institutions are, for example, WES validated, which is acceptable in Australian immigration and Canadian immigration and others, maybe they would like to know that. Thank you.
Definitely. And also adding to that point for Ms. Aya, even in the semi-government sectors, it is accepted without MOE equivalency. But honestly speaking, a lot of students are literally like, that panic is created, but every organization needs an MOE.
No,
Absolutely
but
no. They are
I need to add something. It's about nationality restrictions as well right now in the visa issuing, and some of the level, like if you'll be going for 7, 8 grades, or according to the semi-government, and mainly I'm Egyptian, so for my like for me to obtain a visa, for example, in a higher position, I need to get an equivalent. So until now, I'm just like, imagine I'm having the MBA finished, but still I am just like giving the bachelor degree. So this is the
okay.
thing.
Yeah, but again, it depends on case to case on person's profile, honestly, because there are two different, segments in this equivalency. Because a lot of organizations are asking MOE approval, doesn't mean it's directly an equivalency, because there is a phase one, which is a verification and a genuinity of a degree. Because if this particular university is really positive and they are genuine and they are legit to offer an higher education programs, so if that verification is completed, then visa process is not a problem. But in your case, yes, because of the position, they might have been seeking an equivalency because you are in a semi-government. But usually for the private sectors, the phase one is more than sufficient. Okay, and coming to Dr. Syed Farhan, which you have just questioned me about the equivalency when it comes to the West, because a lot of students come to us when it comes to the WES points as well and equivalency, but not doesn't mean that every person is going to use a doctorate degree in that particular respective country. they are more happy with the bachelor's and the master's points, what they actually earn, because doctorate gives additional only 1 point for them. But when it comes to the immigration, absolutely on the master's degree, undoubtedly they're going to earn the immigration points and they'll be able to migrate. But once they're landing there, yes, they want to be a professors at some particular university, then the equivalency for that particular doctorate degree itself is required when it comes to West, mostly for the Canada and United States, because Australia and New Zealand, honestly speaking, they look only for the bachelor's, not even the master's level. But yes, if they want to work at certain university level, the equivalency is required. But otherwise, they are very much happy. They are able to use the certain qualifications, whatever they are currently earning with us. But nonetheless, yes, all our qualifications from a couple of the universities is approved by West. They are getting an equivalency even for the doctorate degrees. But they need to go through the entire journey, obviously. The 3 years journey. But if you're looking for the same academic qualification they would like to complete in a faster space, that is an accelerated basis with RPL method, nonetheless the degree is going to be the same with the same what you call duration of 3 years. But yes, few universities they don't have the WES. But again, that's not important, because once they reach there, working in any other industries apart from the universities, absolutely no issues. They can use it. Mr. Vibes, you had a question?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, first of all, I thank in your fame and Dr. Syed. Nice to meet you because I got a good opportunity. And Mahama, and I would tell the once thanks to your PR work team who will coordinate with us. And I appreciate to them first of all before my question because few years only. Normally, this kind of webinar happen. We book the booking, then again and they are calling headache. This is very nicely dealing. So 27 today, they called 10 minutes before start the link. Then very honestly, I tell by bottom of our good dealing. Okay, appreciate to all them and I meet you again. As I said, I have one question. I am actually basically my diploma in automobile engineer, but once I come in Dubai, I didn't get the job in automobile field because of one is honestly said there's no salary, very hard work. Okay, then I changed my profession to the photocopier repair technician. Basically, I don't have any electrical and electronics knowledge. I did study diploma in automobile. I came here 2010 and I take a BBA by here in Dubai 2015. Now after 11 years, I got another chance. I not decided, but I got a chance to for this webinar. I take many more details. But I am doing last 15 years. I am in the UAE paper shredder unit shredder. After printing, we need to shred the paper for our document need to destroy. So in that field, I am the one of the major engineer in the UAE. But I know very this is a very rare category. Shredders are there, but engineers are very less. So I am doing my own work, my own visa. Past 2 years, I have previous around 12 years experience on this field. My question is, sometime I am searching job or next profession, asking the engineer license like that in UAE. But I
Hmm.
don't have any bracket because my background is automobile diploma. I am doing electronic and electrical related missions.
Hmm.
So these are not connected, but my skills and my own development, I changed the profession because of the salary and the upgrades. Okay, if I need any engineering skills or any this kind of apply, some stuck for the I don't have the proper electrical and electronics related certification. I don't have. If anything related to your firm doing or not, any technical like that, I just
Yeah, we do support students for engineering as well into the bachelor's level. So definitely we have, which is approved by the MOE and which is approved by the Engineering Council. If you're really interested in engineering, but I'll be able to support you only with the bachelor's, not the master's. So we do have such programs. Yeah, one of our education consultants will definitely get in touch with you. I think they can support you. So the currently, yes, it has been approved, but obviously things change. Policies are very inconsistent. So currently, yes, we have approved ones. We will be able to support you on that.
And good thing is that the skill you have, cannot be replaced by AI.
Yeah.
So you will not be impacted by the AI revolution of the industry going on. Okay, you have a strong skill set. Yeah.
So
but I make my poster in AI.
Okay. No problem.
We're also
Thank you.
we are also actually starting a very new program, in AI. Unlike others, it's like not a prompt engineering course. It is basically a 10-weekend course. Yeah, we are shortly circulating, and we will shortly announce this course. It's a 10-weekend course. We have selected 5 top industries like healthcare, financial, supply chain, logistics, and all. So based on that industry-wise, especially for the higher level position students and then mid-manager level and the manager level students, they can attend this program. So it is Gen AI, and it is quite informative program which we will shortly launch. And I'm sure students will be really loving this program, because everywhere you can see a lot of institutes just coming up with AI programs, and people are surprised. And we all are in such a stage like, what is AI? So we
And
want
actually now here in Dubai is going 1 million from 1 million prompters, like one is going. I am also joined that one.
Okay.
2 section completed, 2 more is there. So AI also I am interested. No problem.
Surely,
Thanks.
surely we will launch that soon. And that's quite different. And next month we have the webinar as well for that. So can I have your full name, please?
Christy Isaac Manan.
Can you repeat it?
Christy, CH.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because a lot of people just come up with this buzzword AI, but practically nobody is aware now what is AI, and all of us are just in that circle. So we are launching this program very soon. Any more questions? Okay. Any more questions? I guess we can wind up. None of you guys have any questions?
So thank you everyone from my side also, and I hope that you guys become one of my students in the future, as I would say future researchers. And good luck to you on the road of becoming, doctorate and putting the DR name before, DR as before your name, and that's a big honor. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Appreciate your time.
Farhan and Ms. Maha from our side also, and we would extend our gratitude to all the participants for joining us and making this a meaningful webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.